professors and producers from the university. And you'll be getting feedback from myself every fucking Monday. So, the first iterations of this are usually pretty heavy, so don't be, discerned by it. It's just little simple things or stuff that just doesn't make sense to the player. These people have never seen your game before. This is a first impression, so it's something like if you were to turn this loose out into the real world, right?
Yes.
So please do take notes and let me know if I'm going too fast when I do deliver these for you. Now, some of these are suggestion-based, but others are bugs and things that need to be fixed. So,
just for the record, I'm recording the feedback and everything.
Good to go. How about you start recording now?
It should be recording right now. Why are you? It's already recording.
Alright, so anywho, regardless, even writing this down, because going back through the recording is just not, unless you're going to write it down, going back through the recording. Yes?
Oh, I think he's just recording for the ones that couldn't make it.
Right. I'm recording it so we have a backup just in case someone forgot to write down something, but also if anyone needs to go over it while looking at their notes, they'll have it.
Okay.
So.
Good to go. Alright, first note. Go-to is not one word in your objectives list.
Gotcha.
Can I ask what scene that's in, or is that every scene?
The ship, cause
that should be in your hub area.
Yep, the ship.
Yep. When standing with your back against anything, or just in general, something seems to be interfering with the actual projectile. It starts shooting upward, but I mean we've about this for a while, so let's try to just rectify that for next build. Could be a possible collider issue, something of that nature. Your hub level is extremely dark. It's hard for the player to actually navigate in there with the lighting due to it right now. Make sure to also have paneling with your objectives so it doesn't interfere with anything in the environment when they're trying to actually read your objectives and what they need to do in your hub area.
Like what, for example, so I know?
So, having some sort of plating behind the actual words.
Like a black box, remember how we did for the start screen?
Yeah,
remember you said for us to label a black box behind it, and it got removed later on, but I'm glad you didn't hit us for that, for being removed also. And but yeah, we need to put them both back in there so that way he could clarify they're there in the start screen, and that it's still on the control. If you want to use an example, you could go to the control screen and just click on the little black box in there, and that little black box is really, really, really small, but it's right. If you use the game and the scene all at the same time, you could line it up perfectly where you want it to be in there.
We probably just throw it on the message volumes anyways.
Yes, sir. I didn't think about that.
I'm just saying. We'll figure something out.
No, honestly, we are right now in front of a professor, so if we have any stupid questions to ask, we should ask him, and that is a perfect question, because
I'm not saying,
if we're putting pounds behind everything else, we should be putting pounds behind the message volume, just like you said. Yes, sir. I apologize.
Yeah, I mean, just consistency would be good. And, I know some games, it kind of irritates me, and, even with, AAA games, when I don't see, paneling behind it, because it can get washed away in the environment if you're, exploring at the same time and trying to read.
Yeah! Epic, dude. Cool.
Alright, so next.
Nice job.
Shooting bubblegum is extremely fast for what you have in your game. The player basically just can spam it extremely fast, and the main thing is with that, I don't want them to cause any issues at could potentially pop up within your game. Because even that pacing that we do have in your game, there's no reason for like to be able to be shot that fast either way. But that's just like a nitpicky thing, which isn't bad. Why is that in that close? 1 second. Alright, so right now the player doesn't know where they need to use a grappling hook, especially in the very beginning of your hub world. The message volume does trigger, but it like vanishes extremely quick. So
if I make that longer, I'll make the message volume to like 10 seconds.
Okay.
Should we have two examples of the... I'm sorry to cut you off, Professor, but should we have two examples of the grappling hook in there, or is the one sufficient enough?
So even... I wouldn't be opposed to that, because I think you do actually, in the volcano level, right?
Yeah, we tried, me and Patrick tried to introduce it in the volcano level frequently, but we didn't try to say, like, oh, every time you go down in the message volume... Well, I think we did actually try to do it in every message volume. Use grappling hook, so that way the player kind of knew the IPMs of it. So
right. The main issue was just in the hub area because they're just staring directly up, and it wasn't because you're using the green color, right?
Yeah. So if we change it to green, would that be better for the player, or?
Yeah, it needs to be the same. Like consistency again is key because right now it's like black up there.
Yeah. It was green. I know. I'm pretty sure Patrick made the roof green. It might have just been because it was really dark in the build that you couldn't see.
That's probably what it was. I figured it was a lighting issue. That's probably.
Actually, it is all of our lighting for some reason. When I try to make the build, it takes about 2 hours just because of the lighting, and this is all because of other things. So, per what Juan told me. He told me to turn off the auto-generate lighting, which made everything go by faster, but it also made everything darker.
Are you using static lighting?
You mean lights that we add in?
Yeah, like are you using static lighting? You're not using like anything else besides that?
Honestly, I do not know. I know some levels have directional lighting that's been in there, and then others are just
spotlights and area lights. But yeah, not to cut Patrick off, I don't know. I don't think he knows, and I definitely don't know what staggered lighting, what you mean is. But we all personally have just been right clicking and adding the lights that way in the hierarchy.
Okay.
So
yeah,
I apologize, Patrick. Totally apologize, sir.
Let me double check something to make sure this is uniform across the engines, which I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, my next stupid question was, would it be smart to, and I know this is what the team probably does not want to hear, but would it be smart to start brand new levels and rebuild the whole scenes? Because we took so many different things and built those scenes and turned things off and deleted things, and I don't know.
You're asking to rebuild the scenes again?
Yeah, I'm just asking the stupid questions, like I said. That might be way out of ballpark.
I'm not against it, as long as it's not like, impede. Like right now, you guys are going to be getting assets, even probably environmental pieces from what I think I saw in your Trello.
Yeah.
You're going to have to rearrange certain things, especially when you get textures and stuff like that. This is the month that you can concentrate on art, but as well as fix the bugs that do appear. Yes, so the advantage of using static lighting is that it's baked. Like the lighting is going to sit there, it's going to cook. It's probably going to take a long time to do. But you guys don't have any light maps, or actually your Pro Builder stuff should automatically come with light maps now. Think about it.
Basically, what you're telling me is what Juan told me to take off. He told me to turn off the static lighting.
Okay.
Because of rendering issues. Because he said that there were levels where it after a while took so long to it dropped the frame rate down so much.
Hey.
So, doing, because I was told to take off auto-generate lighting, which from what you just described, it's the static lighting. It's essentially the exact same thing. And John and Adam were with me and watching it, and we were stuck on a level for almost an hour for it just doing the lighting. So I have no problem with that.
Static lighting.
I'm sorry, you broke up?
So you're losing frame rates because of static lighting as well?
That, according to what Juan told me when I went to the Unity lab, he told me to for all the levels, take off auto-generate lighting.
Let me see what auto-generate's doing.
So...
Because, I mean, I would understand if you're using real-time lighting, which would drop everything, because it's constantly updating. Yep, alright, so...
Tavon said he'll be here in about 20 minutes, he thinks. Just to let the team know.
Okay. Yeah, let's see this thing. Okay, alright. But auto-generate... I'll get back to you on that. Because it seems like auto-generate is doing something completely else besides what static is trying to do.
Okay.
Because, like, you have multiple scenes, that's what's going to be affecting across the board. Alright, but yeah, I'll get back to you on that. Yep, we talked about that. So when you are aiming up, the projectile doesn't seem to follow the reticle so much as it does rise above it at a certain distance. It's not a huge thing. I mean, you can still get what you need done, so just be aware of that. If the player holds on to the grappling hook, shooting the ceiling in your hub world, they are able to actually go through the geometry.
Yeah, I mentioned that to John as well.
Okay, so you're aware of it.
Yeah, we're aware of what you did, and we're aware of what I did. So we're trying to fix it for you, sir. Yeah, you keep jumping through the window in the front of the ship. Yeah.
If it's already something that you guys are aware of, please feel free to be like, we're aware of it, and I'll just stop.
No, we rather let you know that we're not totally oblivious to it. So yeah, we've been play testing it, and so yeah, we both aware of it, or all three of us are aware of it.
You guys' time, that's all.
Yeah, no, definitely same thing, same exact factor, sir.
All right, so ship AI text on blue lava from lava planet flashes, disorienting the player.
Wait, what?
Ship AI text on blue lava from lava planet.
Yeah, in the trophy room, the moving lava, there's a text on it, and I guess it's flashing according to what John is saying. So I'll look into that. I'll probably just take it off.
Okay. Tutorial text needs to disappear when objective is complete. This is mostly for your switch going into the actual room with the worlds in it. So okay, you got it. Your pause does not actually pause the game. The player's still actually able to move like that.
Actually, the only thing that it should be doing in the pause is you can turn the camera. That's it. You shouldn't move.
Well, I know that, but like, why are you moving the camera when you're trying to actually like click a menu option?
True. I just haven't figured out how to freeze the camera.
Okay, that's fine.
So we could all work on that together, right? We could figure out the pause together.
Yeah.
All right.
And on top of that note, the player's reticle can interfere with the resume button. It's like right on top of it.
I've actually talked to Juan about that and have it working to where that shouldn't happen.
Okay.
It should have been implemented.
Just double check it for me.
Alright.
That's I'm not even worried about that one. Text for the game in the volcano level is extremely small for the players, not consistent as it was in the hub.
Yeah, John kicked me into the shins for that. I apologize. Okay. Yeah, he totally got me for it. Same thing with the objective, because I made it a little bit smaller so that way it wasn't so predominantly in your face, I guess to say.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "All right, we'll find out if anybody says anything." So you said something. So
John gave me my leeway. So you're gonna have a UI and HUD discussion for Karis as well with your artists.
Yes, sir.
To help you rework anything that we can improve upon for that.
Yes, sir.
I think that's like week 3, so just be prepared for that too.
Okay, yeah. John got me for that. He gave me enough rope to hang myself, so I hung myself. So yeah, I'll take care of it. Apologize.
I believe, this is in the volcano level. Player can stand on top of the wall for grappling. There's like a little ledge for the player to actually stand on. I don't think that's intentional.
Which part is that? Is that like the first tier coming down, the second tier coming down?
I think that's the first area that they actually encountered the able to grapple onto the left or right walls. I think it was the left wall that actually had the ledge.
Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Clicking shoot while paused stores projectiles to be released once unpaused. Patrick, you were talking about, you're aware of that kind of stuff, so.
Yeah, I still don't know how to make everything fully stop on it, but I've been in the process of trying to figure it out.
First access. Alright. First access door. Tell the player how to open the door. Currently, player does not know how or know what to do. I believe that's E, right?
It should be E, right, guys?
Yeah. Is that in the ice?
I have a command prompt for E.
What level is that in?
That should. I think that's. That may be the. That should be the hub. Because it tells you to find the key card, but it doesn't tell you what to do.
Oh.
Okay.
Because, like, under the impression... So, here's the thing. When players, like, browse through your controls, they just, like... They tend to look for things that make sense to them right off the bat, like WASDA and shit like that. So... They won't retain a lot of things right off the bat, especially if there's, like, more than 4 things they have to remember.
Yep. Gotta think like a goldfish. 10 seconds.
Yes.
Boom, 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 boom.
Exactly.
That's all I remember.
Because even when I'm playtesting at the university and I'm like bombarded with a wall of controls, I'm like, I'll figure it out. Hopefully, they have a tutorial for me to a guided tutorial for me to play, but sometimes it doesn't happen. Let's see. There needs to be a visual change for the reticle in order for the player to know what they can, like the correct distance for grappling. So now, okay.
We need to figure out how to get the reticle we're going to get the reticle that Juan gave us looking at build.
He stated that he actually made it to where that reticle will not be made in the build. He said it was coded to not show up in builds. So...
Well, even if you have something, even if it's not reticle, you can do something else, like when you're in range, to just even have a state somewhere in the HUD that you are in range. Like something that switches on for the player to know, like, hey, I'm able to grapple. Like even if a hook appears somewhere. walls that need to be. Oh yeah. So some of your walls that you can actually crouch through, you can actually go through. Just double check the colliders on that. And that was the volcano area.
What happened? Oh shit. Can you repeat that one more time? I'm sorry.
So some of the walls that you need to crouch under, you can go through.
Oh yeah. The first two you could completely. If you jump off that hook wall and you run straight at the other wall, you could run right through it. Yes.
I think that's an issue with the Pro Builder cubes because you could get through them very easily.
Okay. Bullets can go through objects in your levels. Little nitpicky thing. Again, having some sort of prompt on the actual ship parts that you need to have, the press E, would be great. Because right now the players are just running up to this cube, and that's all they're doing.
Okay.
So I have to like press E. And then
I thought that was in the volcano, and I know the solar one, you kind of just fall into it.
Yeah.
We expect the player to hit E when you're falling into it.
Yeah.
And the ship, I think, not the ship, the ice one, I think it says to push E because it's at the computer, but I'll double check that one.
Okay. There's still some PFI missing for the lock door in the solar level. It was like what I was doing last time when I was doing the live test.
The no sound thing?
Don't just rely on sound, because there's going to be times where people can't play your game with sound. So having something visual, audio, or textile, which, I mean, you guys don't have controller support, so that's going to eliminate that. So,
would changing the color on it be simple?
Yeah. There you go.
Okay. I have a changing color script that I think I can implement.
Or even just rotating with an animation, something. It's whatever you want to do with it. Or even have a prompt saying unlocked. Excuse me. Player can rise up in the tube in the solar level when they're going down the chute. They're like rising up into the actual geometry itself. And it's causing some sort of confusion. They're like, am I going down or not? Just be aware of it.
Is it at the very end, that long blue tube he has?
Yeah, I noticed it the other day.
Player can't avoid some lasers in the solar level. I know we've talked about this before. Just be double checking. Like, I think the lasers honestly are just too big. And when a player sees something like that and they start taking health away from them, the player feels like they're getting screwed by the designer. So even making them smaller, and because I know there's a way up, like traveling upwards in the solar level, that there's these two giant ones, and it looks unavoidable. If there is something to grapple on, the player's not looking for it, because it's when they're met with a roadblock like that, they start to panic and they start doing erratic behavior. You don't want the player just to lose health just because they like of that kind of a blockade right there. Colliding and jumping into an object will make the player inverted. That happened a couple times. We were trying to like recreate it for specific instances. It seems like the ice balls are one of the main culprits, but there's other times when it's grappling and you get inverted, but you guys are aware of that as well. Adam was the one in charge of the invert, right?
From our understanding, Juan gave us a new player controller, and I've tried every possible way to invert the player when I made the build. So, from my understanding, I thought he had fixed it when he gave us the updated player controller.
Okay.
And now you're saying it still does it, but...
So, yeah, because, like, what ends up happening is that I'm guessing it's inverting because I can't look, like, up all the way. Like, it's like I have, like, a weight on top of my head.
Yes, I've actually had that glitch happen to me. And I only had it happen once, and I couldn't recreate it.
Okay.
But I'm not sure what's causing it, though.
I'm not going to worry about Z fighting right now. Are you guys aware what Z fighting is?
No.
Yeah.
You say yes, Jonathan?
I said no.
Oh, okay. All it is like when two meshes overlap each other and the texture doesn't know what to do, so it just starts to flicker. Just make sure that you're using precise lineups. It should be corrected for whatever assets you do get. But again, it's not a huge issue to begin with. It's just an eyesore at times. Yep, we got that. We talked about that. Be sure to go through all your pop-ups when you're playtesting to make sure they read correct grammar and spelling. Right now, one of the examples is, what's the behind me? Or, well, I'm sorry. What's that behind me? I'm sorry.
That one's in the volcano.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
A lot of message volumes to go do on myself. I apologize. Just trying to get a lot of it done. I apologize. I'll fix it.
And do you guys have a quick game on your main menu?
A quit game?
Yeah.
We have a main menu button. So if you hit the pause button, you go back to the main menu.
No, I'm just saying from the main menu.
Oh, you want it to where it shuts the game down?
Yeah, from the main menu.
I will look into implementing that also.
Okay, yeah, it's just one of those things, like, so I don't have to, like, hard quit out of your game anymore.
I'll try and figure it out.
Okay. That is your feedback. So, nothing game breaking, no crazy progression blockers, which is great. Because, like, when we run into progression blockers, you know, like, that stops the show for what we can test. Because we do go through these notes again every week. So whatever's still in there, we still leave in the document. And we add on to what's on top of that. So when you do hear feedback next week, just because you didn't hear it doesn't mean we turn a blind eye to it. It just means it's still there and it needs to be rectified regardless.
Yes, sir.
And if it like keeps on staying in there, like I'm gonna have to be like, what are we doing about this? Because this actually needs to be fixed.
So there's no issues in the ice level. I just want to double check.
The ice balls are
Sorry.
Player direction.
Oh, that too.
Player direction is very, very hard for new players to figure out where they need to go. I'll tell you exactly where they're going. Right to the ice balls.
I'll talk to Adam about adding in the lights from the sand, and we could probably add those into the lava. But the lava is kind of straightforward, and the solar and the sand and the ice are more open. So they're probably going to be needing those two more than the lava. But I'll talk to Adam about adding them into the ice just to give players direction.
Weren't you guys going to put collectibles in here?
We were talking about it. I just don't think anyone got around to putting them in because we were focusing on the minor stuff.
I mean, you could do somewhat of a Crash Bandicoot thing for player direction because you kind of have that sense of it with going up in places and stuff like that.
So kind of make coins or something.
Yeah, but don't be over generous with it too, right? Like even some like if we want to go to like I don't know, does anybody play like Mario Odyssey?
I play Mario. I don't play Mario Odyssey.
All right. Well, any of the Marios, like there's like coins laid about in certain ways to kind of like guide the player into these different areas.
Kind of like they're in the shape of an arrow.
Yeah, you don't even have to do it like that though. But like, see, players like they like weird things to collect at times, and it helps guide them into the directions they need to go.
Even if they're not being used for something like a currency.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, we can implement that. We can make that to where if they get so many, they get an extra life like they do in Mario.
I was thinking that.
Yeah,
so I got to make a counter now for the HUD.
Also, for our submissions, do we just need the build notes? That's what it looked like on FSO, because it said just put the build notes.
on like the actual FSO turn-in.
Yeah, it says just the build notes, but on Perforce, we still need everything we've been turning in.
Yeah, hour log task list, build notes, build.
I just wanted to make sure, because it just said build notes on that.
Yeah, you won't be penalized for anything that FSO doesn't state correctly. So if it just says build notes, then it's just build notes. That's all.
Okay.
So, I forgot what I was gonna say. Never mind. No, I have health pickups, but I didn't know if the team wanted to use them. They still work when the player gets, like, if he runs through the lava and gets damaged a little bit from that running lava on the other side of the volcano. Remember when you killed the spiders and the health would come floating towards you? Well, if you take off it where it wouldn't move, you can still collect the health, and it gives you 0.2 of health. So I don't know if the team wants to use those or not, but they're little green balls. We could change the color of them, but I just used them as little green balls for health pickups.
We could use them, get rid of the moving and the health part, because we kind of don't need it. The only place you take damage is lava, really. Oh, and solar.
If the lasers are going to hurt you, and if everything like solar part's going to hurt you, you could have health pickups in there.
Well, we could have the health ones, and we could also just repurpose them to be like orange floating dots.
It doesn't. I'm just saying, like, I have it in there for the team, so we don't have to waste time. So, cool. It's up to you guys again.
I'm fine with that.
I know you were gonna do coins or whatever, but the health's already in there. We could do that one randomly. Put it behind a laser really close to it or something like that. I don't know. I'm just letting you guys know I have it. Yeah.
How's everything going? Did Holly talk to you about your Discord stuff yet?
I don't.
Come again? I didn't hear the question.
Your artist stuff.
Oh. Yeah. Corey Ryder is our artist, and Xenon Cavazos is the intern for this month. Or the asset assassin, as Holly states, and she says she would be working on getting us a second artist by tomorrow.
No, we have the intern, but that's second artist.
Well, I thought the intern was kind of like what Zoo is, kind of in chart, but I could be wrong on that. Or is that correct?
What, that is an intern?
Yeah, the intern. Would they be the second artist for us, or would they be someone completely else?
Let me double check what's going on here. All right. So tomorrow you will get your second artist.
Okay.
Xenon may be the backup for it.
Okay. Now, what about an audio student? Is one going to be assigned to us, or is one just going to possibly take up working with us?
The audio, I'm not 100% sure, because that's completely volunteer-based. The artist that we work with is not really volunteer-based besides, like, interns. So it's not 100% guaranteed that you will get an audio artist, but you will get your actual artsy artists.
Do the art students get added to the hour log?
The art students do not get added to the hour log, and nor does the implementation of your assets.
Okay.
Like if you're just like putting in like a new, like let's say for instance a player character, that wouldn't really go to your hours. So what would be like hooking up the state machines and stuff like that, and animations for it, because that can get complex.
Okay.
But
Now,
what's that?
will the artists actually need access to our actual Unity build?
Negative. They will never touch your build ever.
Okay, so I can take that link out then.
Yeah, you can't. We don't let them touch it for obvious reasons. Like we don't want them going into your build and doing something crazy, and then like they break something, and the war of designer and artist starting. Right. Which completely understandable, but I wish they could go in there with you and get Perforce access, because that would actually help as an artist, because they want to do that. And
would we keep them in the collaboration channel, or could we add them into this channel that we're using?
Do not add them into our channel. Okay. What?
Well, because I gave them because I was giving them important communication channels, so I can remove the Skype chat then.
Yeah, remove the Skype chat. The only places you should be communicating with the artist is in the
collaboration.
Yep, in the collaboration and in Trello. That's it.
I was just thinking, because I saw Team Bravo did that, and I'm like, okay, I don't think we're supposed to do that.
No, they'll be directed to do the same as get them out of there, because the main reason for that is because in the past it has caused chaos of communication. It just doesn't work out in the long run. Now there's onesies and twosies, of course, but normally it's like, hey, I hit you up in this channel, but you weren't responding, or hey, I hit you up on Skype, and like we only use Skype for meetings, right? So it would just be chaos, and it'll confuse artists. But you do need to keep in contact with your artists through the Discord channel and the Trello boards, giving your critiques back to the artist. Don't just be yes men for it.
All right.
Now, since we really don't need, because I know on the Trello board it said menus are all for the last week of the course. So, me and John went in and actually put saying, okay, this is when it's going to become a priority between week 2 and 3, or week 1 or week 4. So, because like, where is it? For menus, it says week 4, and we have it as a medium priority right now. Mm-hmm. Because we do have quite a few menus. But I would say by the end, like middle of week 3, I would go in there and change it to a high priority, because we're close to the end of the. Would that be okay?
I say just leave it at the priorities and just discuss it with your artist, because the thing is like they have a structure that they have to follow.
Okay.
Like their first week is orientation, and then they start doing the blockouts for what they need. Okay. It shouldn't take them a long time to do menus and stuff like that.
Okay.
As arts, because they should have a traditional background in art and know how to like Photoshop the hell out of things. So, I would also put reference into those menus of what kind of style you're looking for, because what they're going to end up doing is like giving you PNGs for like your buttons, like the actual menu, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
But it should not take that long. I think Xenon's pretty good at that. I'm not 100% sure. we'll see what ends up happening. I don't know Xenon's workload either, so I can't like just put that on their shoulders.
All right.
All right. So please, for your task list, orient it towards feedback that you got. Knock out as many of these as you can, as fast and as accurate as possible, and be interacting with your artist. Yeah, you should be good.
Okay. Now the last thing about the artist, if we can have since nothing's due until the 10th, which is not this coming Sunday, but next Sunday, because that's when it says everything is due for the milestone 1 build. So if we tell the artist we would like to have something by this Sunday as a mock-up of what it might look like, so we can get feedback on it, would that be wrong?
No, because they should be updating you with their daily progress on what they're doing.
Okay.
They should be communicating, like, especially with Karis and Molly about what they're doing and showcasing it in the Trello. If you don't see it like off in the cards, sometimes they just post it somewhere weird. It's in the feed on all the way to the right. So be sure to comb through that as well. Let me know as well if they're not interacting with you. They can be shy at times. It's sometimes in the artist's nature to be kind of introverted. So just let me know what's going on with that, because I also go alongside with it.
Okay.
But yeah, you should be getting some sort of thing. I'm not sure on their due dates 100%. I think their cutoff is Saturday and deliverables are Sunday.
So it's like how ours are, because our deliverables are on Sundays, except for the last week.
Right.
As usual.
And you'll be doing that. And so let me tell you this. So I think it's week 3 for you guys. What basically is going to end up happening is you're going to get a lot less feedback, because you have so much stuff to do to help showcase your game. So you're going to be doing your video. What is it? Your post-mortem video.
And is that on the post-mortem video? Is this us playing the game, or is it just us talking?
It's both. So you would record videos of you playtesting, basically, from like the early beginnings, just throughout the whole project, and talking about what went right and what went wrong and what you learned and what you wish you could have done better and this and that. But keep in mind, you got to be very professional about how you portray this, because you're going to be going live on Twitch and answering questions from the audience that we do have online and on campus.
So would it be easier if we all jumped into a call and did that?
What, for recording purposes?
Yeah, and for the whole thing in general. I guess.
Well, for the Twitch stream, you'll all be going to a go-to meeting.
Okay.
And interacting through Twitch as well. But for the recording aspect of it, if you guys write up your script and make sure that you're in a quiet room and all of your audio is good to go and no one sounds like they're like talking through a speakerphone, that'd be great. Because there are some times that it just sounds horrendous, and I'm just like, what were you doing? Were you in a porta-john when this happened? But just be sure to be as professional, like, production-wise in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't be any longer than 5 minutes. You could do less than 5 minutes, but I mean, I've seen a presentation that went 3 minutes, and I'm like, that's just not enough. But when that assignment opens, they'll give you like a guide through it, so you won't be just like thrown in the dark of what you need to be doing. And then you have, is anybody coming down for graduation?
I am, and I believe Adam said he is.
Okay.
I don't know if Will is. I don't know if Tevin is.
I will not.
Okay.
I'm poor as hell.
Okay. So for those who do come down, you can go to the FPS showcase, and it's Full Sail Project Showcase. So we take you into the auditorium. You have to bring your own laptops, though. Or okay, gotcha, Tevin. You have to bring your own laptops with the most stable build of your game, and you can showcase it and network with other people in the degree program, people that do come on campus. Sometimes we have like people from EA or something like that come around and showcase and play your game, and you can sit there and talk to them about your game. It's a good networking opportunity. You can pass out business cards, that sort of deal, and you get to showcase your game. And that is like the Thursday before you graduate. So the day before you graduate. Because you graduate on a Friday.
28.
Yeah. Okay. So if you want to do that, that's totally up to you. But I will say this. I haven't had a team do it to me, but don't be the first.
What?
Don't fail.
You're coming and not come and showcase, because that means we put aside a table for you and told someone else to go pound sand, and they can't present, and then like, you know what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
The only person that would probably, I'm not trying to like cut everyone off at the knees or anything, but the only person that would really be jazzed about getting that in there and doing all that would be Adam. And I think Adam said he's coming to the graduation. Me and him already did an hour meeting this morning. He's already got the Space Cadet in virtual reality playing, so he's definitely wanting to showcase it. So I'm just letting you know that right now. So if you do think about, again, he might contact you by himself and let you know he's all jazzed and jumping for joy and wanting to do it, because he has been putting an extra little bit of time. Me and him actually thought about this game when we first met each other in the very beginning of school, and it was a 2D platform game. Now it's 3D being made, and now he's putting it in virtual reality. So he's definitely wanting to showcase it. So that's all I'm saying.
Okay, well, he just got to make sure that he talks with Karis about like wanting to do it. I'll tell Karis as well, like early on. But after that, it's going to be on the team, and you have to be sure to be there.
Yeah. Again, I'm probably not going to make it. I'm still in the air 50-50 with it because financial reasons. But
sure.
I know he is definitely going to be going. He already has his stuff organized to go, because I was supposed to sleep on his couch and go with him and all that. So I already know he's organized to go. I'm just letting you know. So He will be there, candy in hand, wanting to show it off. Okay.
All right, so it'll be me and Adam there basically, and that's fine.
All right. If anything changes about that, just let me know. It's not a big deal. I just need to know early on, so I not like the day before that no one's coming or can't make it because of XYZ. But go check your Discord, because I see Corey's actually. Yeah, something's happening. Any chance I could get additional info / requests you might have for the asset backlog? Like what screen resolution is needed for the HUD, and whether, bunch of good stuff.
Yeah.
So jump on in there and talk to you. All right, good job. Both of you got it. All right, that's all I have for you guys. Again, feel free to hit me up, especially if you have any artist issues or anything like that. All right?
All
right, guys. Have a good night.
You too, Professor. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Zoo. I keep forgetting not to call him Professor.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be set in the exact same layout, because we are going to have to rework the levels.
Yeah, I personally don't know what to say, because I don't know what you guys had planned, so.
There's no voice chat for this section? Oh, damn.
Now, if you go inside the Google Drive, Adam's put a folder in here. Where'd that folder go? Or he had something this morning. Where did he put it? Anyways, he had a folder in here with all kinds of images for the sand and level example pictures right here. If you go inside these level example pictures, she's asking for more info for the backlogs. This fool has tons of it. You guys hear what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to give her any of it, but he has. I think you already put the pictures in for the volcano. They're the same pictures for a volcano, but the ship pictures are completely different than the ship pictures we have in there right now. So we might want to throw those ones in there.
What, the exterior?
Oh, these are all interior ship pieces. Interior, science room, space interior interface. So one looks like your room with all the terminals in it, with space out there in the space, and then one looks like your hallway, and then one looks like your trophy room, and then one looks like a science facility room.
Where's all this at?
That's why I said go inside of the capstone folder, and then look for level example pictures, and then look for ship folder, and then and he has Aang the avatar for the library inside the Sands one.
That's me. I did that.
Oh, pretty pimp.
all the pictures you're seeing, I pretty much threw in here. Like the first day I made this.
Oh.
Other than the sand ones, I maybe added the Aang one and the third one.
So are all these pictures already added into the backlog? Because she's asking for more pictures for like.
Okay, so if you go into the Trello board, and if you go to the level terrain thing, you'll see it has a drive thing that says level terrain, and you can click the folders from here, and it should open up in a new tab. Yeah, it opens it up in a new tab. You see what I'm talking about?
Okay, I got you. Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I found that, and I thought that was really cool that we could do that.
Very cool.
The art student is asking if we want it in the same layout and shit like that, which I know I just said, if it doesn't have to be the exact same because we know we got to change it.
I mean, honestly, I would just make it exactly the same, make it easy for everybody, because Patrick already has the fog inside the volcano level, so that's going to alter it just a little bit anyways. That's funny. I thought I fixed all the message volumes. Man, dude, it was hard.
Well, at least it's all a lot of minor things.
Yeah.
I'm just going to copy and paste what I have into the Discord chat. And I have a few things I don't have a few of the things he said, but...
Yeah, Patrick has it recorded and I have it recorded, so I'm not really too worried about it. We'll get all the bases covered.
Everyone, notes from meeting. Control V. I spelled grammar wrong. That's the funny thing about that.
I spelled behind wrong, so I mean, come on. That tells you how tired I was. My behind was tired, and I didn't even spell behind right. That's a big fucking scene, dude. There was 3 scenes crammed into one. So, I mean, when you deleted one of them, so there's 2 scenes crammed into one with 37 message volumes. So, I mean, on top of everything else. Does the pause menu already exist? Does it exist, right, Patrick? Because I put yes.
Yeah, he's got the pause menu.
I was being a smartass because we all been pressing P and we already know it works. Just trying to, lighten the mood.
Doesn't know. The artist doesn't know.
Right? That's why I said yes. Oh yeah, he also said for the left side of the ledge inside of the volcano, going down the first tier, you're able to hook onto that wall. Isn't that what he said?
I think so. I kind of didn't have enough time to write it down. So
we got on recording, but I think it was hook or walk on that wall. But either way, that means the layer's either labeled ground or hook. It's not labeled default. If he's able to walk on it or hook on it. That's all I'm saying, right? Somehow the layer got changed. That's all I'm thinking. I'm actually in a whole completely different thing. I'm working on something else right now. I haven't even gotten into our project at all. I'm working on a completely different project.
No, you're fine. So, hey Will, have you heard about the Bethesda stream?
No.
They've have a stream on Twitch. It's been up for about, I want to say 10 hours now. Nothing has been said.
Why?
It's been nothing but a view of the Please Stand By from Fallout, and they had a Vault Boy statue in there, and they've done several things like a balloon. A dude came out with a hand puppet of the Vault Boy. Someone came out with a purified water from Fallout 4. Someone was on there with a mug. So it's like nothing's being said, but no one knows what's going on. It's been 10 hours, so it's either a remastered Fallout game or it's something new.
I did not know that.
And it can't be Fallout New Vegas because Fallout New Vegas is made by Obsidian, not Bethesda. And everyone's like, I want a New Vegas. They can't do New Vegas. I want New Vegas too. They still can't do that.
Huh. Yeah, oh man, that's a trip. I never thought about that. I never even knew that either. And I didn't know that about the thing up for 10 hours either.
It's still going on right now. Like right now, the room is dark. They have the Pip-Boy statue laying down, and it looks like there's a blanket on it.
How many people are in there? How many people are viewing it?
Earlier, it was like 151,000, and I think now it's like 124,000. So people are like just leaving because nothing's going on.
Huh.
But it is something similar with Fallout 4.
That's cool.
But it took them 24 hours for that one.
They're going to make their money off of it, man, because once you get a certain amount of people in there, you start getting money off of it. Pretty smart people, though. Plus, they're getting ready to see who their revenue are. You know, people that are interested in going there will be the people that are interested to buy the next game. Whatever it is. But yeah, I was tripping that Adam already has it working in virtual reality this morning, dude. I was like, fuck yeah.
Oh yeah, he called me. He wanted to show me, but I wasn't home, and I forgot to tell him.
Yeah, I was home, and he was like, oh my god, look at this. Oh my god, look at that. And I'm like, dude, that's fucking sick. He's got a little castle set up, bro. It's fucking cool, dude. We're a little church in there and shit, dude. It's freaking cool, dude. So I'm kind of excited to get into it.
You rolled a D20.
So Tavon didn't make it into the meeting, or is he still in here? Where's he at?
No, Skype doesn't like him, but he said something just now in the capstone. Corey needs more info about our request. We know this. We're talking to him.
Oh, yeah.
I think Team Bravo got lucky, and they just got their people. But they're doing what Zayden told us not to do. So, oh well.
I'm not worried about him.
I know.
I can hear you guys too.
Oh! Okay, my bad, Tevin. I didn't know you were actually in the call. I feel dumb now. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we told him unless he PM'd you.
Yeah, I'm
Did Pat
curious.
do the call?
I don't know.
I don't know, but I'm counting this whole thing until it ends for my hour log.
Me too, because we're talking to them, and Pat should stay here so we all could have kept talking to them together.
Yeah, Pat must have left. Oh well.
Yeah, see, he's all down there talking. He should have stayed in the chat with us. Come on, we're all waiting, Patrick. Oh, then he just deletes it. Oh, just leave you in suspense.
Oh, so the anticipation's just killing me.
Because you're like, all right, what's he gonna say? What's he gonna say? Because you like people, we wait when you see those names start popping up down there. We're like, all right. Oh man, you deleted it, really, bro? I was waiting. I was holding my breath. It's just funny, dude. It's just press enter on whatever you got, even if the words are misspelled like Adam does. We get the concept, bro. We get the concept. Not every word has to be spelled the right way for us, and it's like every first or third word or first or third letter of the word could be the right letter, but the rest of it could be messed up, or the sixth or seventh, depends on how long the word is, and you could still see the same word. Or put a 3 in there for an E, a backwards 3 for an E, and you'll still think it's an E. It's crazy. No, it's crazy, bro. Like when you read certain things, it's an intelligent thing, I guess. They say, like, if you could read certain words when they're misspelled, there's only a few percentage of people that could do that shit. It's crazy. But yeah, I don't know. Patrick's not talking. No one's talking except for me and you and Tevon. So
Well, Patrick dipped, I think, because there's only 2 other people on the call other than me.
yeah, me and you and Tevon.
Yeah, it's 2 people on call.
Alright, well, I'm gonna get something to eat, dude, and I'm probably not gonna work on anything tonight because I'm gonna be around all day tomorrow. So if you want, are you off work tomorrow or what are you doing?
No, I was off today. I was trying to enjoy my day off.
Right.
I work at 9 tomorrow morning, 9:30, and I'll be out by 2:30.
All right. Well, either way, I'll start messing around on the volcano, and then I'll try to get something from Adam for the solar, so me and him can mess around that. And then the broken ship's not too hard, so I mean, I can mess around with a couple things, but I mean it's not too much for one person to handle. So I don't want to take your glory, you know what I'm saying? But I can mess around if you don't mind, because there's only a couple of things. Once I figure out the 5 things that are messed up in the volcano scene, I'm not changing anything else except fixing what he said, dude. Fuck all that. Excuse my French, forget all that.
You're good.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fix what he said and that's it. I'm not trying to do it hard. Cause again, that lady over here, she's talking about terrain. So I'm like, okay. It says I saw that the level terrain posts you wanted assets for each of the 4 levels. So she's already doing terrain, so it's like, alright. No need to add too much more walls or anything like that because those walls might be being taken away. Or at least the mesh might be being taken off, you know?
Yeah.
Because if the mesh is taken off, then they're just boundaries. So, I don't know. We'll see. I'm just glad, dude. Honestly, I'm just glad it's the last month, bro. Fucking A.
Did you get the payment thing in the mail? Because I sure as hell did.
No, I haven't got it yet.
It was like 50,000.
Bro, no, I put mine out for another 6 months, so I won't get a payment for another 6 months after I graduate. It's gonna add another 15 grand on it, but it's fine, bro, dude. You know how you get these random calls that say, "Hey, you know, credit debt, we'll get rid of your student loans and all this shit, bro"?
Yeah.
Answer those phone calls. I just had one today, dude, that told me that they're gonna take away all my federal debt, bro. All of it. That's like more than 50 grand, bro.
I really don't trust any number unless I see the number.
Well, I'm just saying that right now, since we're graduates, or we're getting ready to be graduates, you're gonna have all these you have all these forgiveness, you know, student loan forgiveness people calling you here, there, and everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Just, you know, talk to some of them, act like you're at work when you really are at work, and just hang up on them. You'll find out which ones that you like because they'll keep calling you back. I have this one guy who's going to call me back on the 29th, the next day after I graduate, and he's going to help me get rid of my student loan debt, bro. All of it. He's like, I will help you with your private, that's your Stanford loans, and we'll help you with your federal. First, we got to start with your federal, then we'll go to your private, bro. So I'm just letting you know if there's people out there that will help us get rid of our debt, dude. So answer those phone calls. They're random. They're weird people call you all the time, dude, and it's mostly them. So just check it out. It never hurts, you know, talking to someone on the phone. You can always be like, "Oh, I'm in a tunnel." Boom. You can hang up on somebody anytime you want, bro. You could turn your head the wrong way, the way these phones work, and you could have hung up on somebody nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So just, you know, use it to your benefit and ask all the stupid questions you can from one. Then go, "Hey, I didn't think about this question." Ask it again from another one, dude. And you'll find out all the things you need to know without actually paying for like, hey, counseling and stuff like that. Because that's kind of what I've been doing. And I finally found a guy that's going to help me get rid of all my crap, bro. And I'm just like, dude, I got $89,000 in school debt, bro. And you're going to help me get rid of it all? Okay, I'll talk to you. So they're out there, dude. Just keep your head open and keep looking for it.
I'll think about it.
I'll think about it because it's like, what, $278 to $358 a month you got to pay them?
$500.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah. I mean, I can do it, but I don't want to do it right out of school, man. I need to get me some money put in my belt before I start paying student loans every week or every month. Freaking crazy shizzle.
Alright, go get your food, man.
Alright, well, I'll talk to you in a couple hours. Laters.
Later,
Tavon.